Monday morning.
All right, my movie people, it is time yet again for another episode of Color Commentary, where we give you views from a different side. This, of course, is Rashad Waters and my compadre
Chuck Taylor here, guys. Make sure you hit that bell, subscribe to us. We want to be all in your lives. Let's go.
That's right. Today we're going to be talking about Will Smith's third movie of 2019.
This past year, yeah.
That's right. And was it a make it or break it? Because Aladdin was really good.
I really enjoyed that.
Gemini Man was really bad.
Nope.
So 2019 is based off of how did he do in Spies in Disguise, an animated movie. And let's get into it, sir. Why don't you go ahead and break it down with that non-spoiler review, Mr. Chuck Taylor?
Okay, non-spoiler time. I liked the movie. I thought it was very funny. It was very entertaining. It did have some, I guess, some particular points that it wanted to bring up. It did have a good storyline. They kind of twisted it up. Like you think it's gonna be the same old, on like a lot of the spy movies you see, but they kind of changed it up especially when he turns to a pigeon.
Right.
We do see that in the
We didn't see that coming.
Yeah. And that whole part to me is hilarious. Like Will Smith did an awesome job as a animated person, as an animated character. He was very funny. I was rolling from beginning to end of it. It had some parts of me that was like, okay, y'all just kind of going a little too much in this one way.
Mm-hmm.
But I still enjoyed the movie. It wasn't to the point that I'm just like turned off completely, from their message. I enjoyed everything and I understand what they were trying to share on a lot of the movie. But just based off the movie itself, I thought it was really good, really fun to watch, entertaining. Probably has a lot of memorable parts that you can probably want to go back and watch it again.
Probably has a lot of memorable parts.
I mean, like, detail. Like, there's, like, a couple scenes, like, you just might, hey, I want to go check that scene out. When you see a lot of movies, it's scenes in the movies that just makes you want to go rewatch it again. Like, you want to see the montage when he first starts off as an agent, because that's really good. Or when he first becomes a pigeon. Like, that whole, back and forth with him and Tom Holland as the younger guy on the movie. But yeah, and it has, pretty decent message as trying to, get people's mind different, change the mindset of how we think of things. So, I think you'll like it. I think most people would. What about you?
I agree with that, mostly. I agree with everything when you said that you really, really liked it. I really, really liked it as well. I thought the movie was absolutely hilarious. I mean, like, really one of the funniest movies I've seen all year long. I mean, they were killing it. And to me, I give props to Will Smith, but I also give props to the animators, because there's a lot of scenes in the movie where it's like quiet. Like, I think there was a couple scenes at the beginning, right? It would show Will Smith's face, and then it would show the kid's face, and Will Smith's face, and the kid's face. So that's not acting. Yeah. Nobody's saying anything. True. But it's the animation and the face that they will make. It's like, that is hilarious. I am dying.
They have some really hilarious scenes.
And I was laughing. People in the theater were laughing. Man, it's a great time. I really enjoy it. The only place I disagree with Chuck is that, some of the things they were saying actually did turn me off. It left a bad taste in my mouth. It was like eating something like your favorite meal. Like, this is really good, but there's like a bad little aftertaste. And it's like, what is that? So I left the movie thinking about that. Instead of the things that I really, really enjoyed in the movie. And I can't wait to get into talk. We're not going to spoil it, because I think you should see the movie for yourself. I'm not going to give you any type of hints during the non-spoiler review as to what it is. My man Marcel Planter there says dope movie. So yes, is it
Marcel like the movie? He don't like it.
He doesn't like movies?
He doesn't like any of the movies.
So we know what type of movies he likes. Alright, so so yes, when we get into the spoiler review, I would definitely break it down and tell you, exactly what I thought and what kind of things were just kind of weird to me. But overall, it's a win. Real quick before we go into the spoiler review. So, Gemini Man was bad. Aladdin was great. So, did Will Smith have a good year based off of this movie? He's a tiebreaker.
Yeah, I think Will got a a passing grade.
You say he gets
I give him an 80.
Okay.
I give him an 80.
Okay.
So he got to be low, barely there. He got to be though.
I give him an 85. I think Aladdin was that good to me. And Gemini Man.
Gemini Man was horrible. No, Gemini Man was hard.
Very well.
Okay, the first 30 minutes of the movie was like the best part of the movie, and then you got weird note like what is happening in the movie? They fell off a cliff.
They did.
So it was bad.
All right, so let's get into the spoilers for Spies in the Skies, not Gemini Man, but make sure to check out our review on that. Here we go. Spoiler. Pigeons. All right, break it down with the spoiler review, Mr. Chuck Taylor.
Okay, so this movie starts off with a bang, and it shows he's got to be the coolest spy ever that I've ever seen. Like the way his opening scene, he like goes and kills. Well, does he kill everybody?
Not really kills anybody. Does he?
I mean, he kills anybody, but he just like completely destroys like a whole Asian gang. I don't know what kind of gang they were.
It was the what's the name of the Japanese gang? The I can't remember. Go ahead.
So he basically like
Yakuza.
He walks in there and he's like just talking smack. I'm like, there's one dude here.
I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah, and then he comes back in and he just starts destroying everybody with all his gadgets and stuff. And then he shoots that day confetti.
Yes.
What was it?
With the cats on it.
The cats on it. And they all look at it. They start. Wow. Like it's all happy and just sitting there like all these thugs is all looking at this cat thing. He's like, what the world? And he starts beating them up some more. And then he's like, how the heck did that get in? That's how. That's really like when the whole movie like kind of changes.
Right.
Like okay. That's not something he wanted to happen.
Right, exactly.
And he comes when he gets back to the office.
It was effective though.
It was effective. It worked. They all were focused. They're happy. He could escape and beat him up and all types of stuff. But at the end of that, you see the bad guy and you see Will try to get the case that he has. Mm-hmm. And it's like you don't really think nothing of it. Like you think he actually wins at the end of that. I was like, okay, he just he shoots himself off. How did he shoot himself off? Up in the air to catch the helicopter? Did he have a jetpack, or did he just like flew up in the air? I think he had some gadget on his belt that shot him up in the air. He goes through slow motion through the helicopter, smiling at the dude, grabs the back and comes back down and shit. I'm like, bruh, that was so cool. Like that was nice. I enjoyed all of that. And that whole part, he just comes back in. He's the man. He's like, everybody is like talking to him. He's like, yeah, what's going on? Such.
Like, what's up, Curtis?
Yeah. He's like, what's up, Curtis? What up, Curtis? He's like, my name's Jerry. Hey, he touched my hand. Don't you ever wash that hand again?
Yeah, exactly. That was hilarious.
So it was that whole part. Opening scene was just marvelous. They did a great job with that. I like when they brought Tom Holland's character in. What's his name?
Tom Holland, yeah.
No, the character name.
Nobody cares.
Okay. It's like, so when they brought him in, it kind of had that, okay, let's see what this story, how is this story gonna, really take flight here? Mm-hmm. Because, he's on top of the world, and we see Holland's, basically the weird. They call him the weird kid, basically, throughout the whole movie.
It's weird that he's a nerd among nerds.
Yes.
It's like, dang, bro.
You're a nerd, and you're weirder. The nerds call you weird.
Right.
Yeah, so that was pretty bad. Even though he was smart as a whip man, he can make whole kinds of cool things.
Yeah. The human transmutation is, that's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, like, he should be top of top line. How did y'all not get him a bigger office? But yeah, right when they meet, I like their charisma, how they were working together. It was very funny. Mm-hmm. And the way that the tides turn on Will so quickly, with the people just showing up and like basically the bad guy, scanned his face and was doing crimes as him. Mm-hmm. So now everybody's one of him, which nobody thought, like, don't you think somebody could have done that? You probably some type of tracking device.
There was some that didn't make no sense moments.
It's like he's an agent. I know he turned off his what's the name, but I'm like, y'all could have found him. Mm-hmm. Like, But anyways, so once that kind of gets going, and he actually turns into the pigeon. When he turns into the pigeon, it's pretty hilarious because he actually Tom was just created it. Okay. And Will walks in there and is like just wants him to do it, and then he just he's like, you want some water or something? No. Oh, fine. Give me the water. And just drinks it. And Tom's like, oh gosh. Like, where's it at? You just drunk it.
Right.
And he's like, you're gonna turn into a pigeon in 45 seconds. And I was like, that's just all. That's you feeling all this happiness. Like that part made me funny. Like when he feels like super happy and like he said, yeah, that's just your body telling you, preparing you for all the horrible pain that's going to happen to you in 15 seconds. And he's like, horrible what? And he's like turning into a pigeon. I'm like, bruh, this is ridiculous.
Hand gets small.
Yeah, his hand gets. That's it. That was good. I like how they showed the detail of what that transformation would take. Right. I'm like, you're about to shrink your whole body into another animal. That'd be painful. So most of the time, like on like the Disney movies and stuff, you see people turn into little animals and they don't hurt.
Right. No,
they stretch as giants as okay.
Real life cartoons.
Yeah, right? Real life cartoons. Yeah. But
and full disclosure, me personally, I just knew that part of the movie was going to be dumb, and you did too, because I remember us talking about it. You liked the concept of Spies in Disguise until it got to him turning into a pigeon.
I did. I was like, why he got to be a pigeon? It's like you finally get to the black detective. Well, I don't know who made this movie. Not Pixar, probably somebody else.
Yeah, somebody else.
One of them, but it's actually a Pixar type movie. When you finally get one of those with black characters, it's like, oh, he's going to be a pigeon most of the movie. But it was hilarious. It was he worked this pigeon mess out, and it was cool because he wanted to do everything himself.
Right.
And then he was like, hey, can you hit 4 for me?
Right.
And it was like the whole time he's just telling Tom's character, like, go sit down somewhere, I'll take care of this. And like, you a bird, bro.
Right.
So it works out. They all tied in at the end. They worked together. They did have some parts that's like, oh gosh. Like, I understand, yes, but stop killing me with the message here. It's like I was a little confused on I guess the quote unquote sexuality issue with some of the characters. They made a big thing that he liked pink stuff and unicorns, and then they had parts like when he was sitting on Will's lap was like, what?
Right.
What's going on here? Why are you just sitting on the dude's lap?
Right.
Like a minute ago, he was like, bro, back up off me. So that kind of like threw me off in the movie a little bit. And then,
particularly when there wasn't any reason for it.
Yeah, it wasn't any reason for it.
If it had been something where obviously Will Smith and Tom Holland, they had feelings, and then he sat on his lap, like, okay, that makes sense. But he just sat on his lap.
Yeah.
Just because there's no place, because... What?
Yeah,
that's weird.
And see, the thing is, like, Will didn't come off to me as anything like that because him and the Asian girl were like flirting like as soon as they met. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'm a little confused here. Like, are they just like trying to show that it's okay? Like it's 2020 or 1920, whatever. When did this come out? 2019 or was it 20? Okay, so 2019. I was like, okay, I got you, but it's like it's a little strange. It's like a little force here. Yeah, like just kind of building.
It was forced.
It's like y'all kind of like, and they had a couple other characters just like come in there like randomly just doing things like, okay,
right?
Like, what? Does it have to be that way?
Since we're going there, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in. This is one scene where there's two guys. You know, they're obviously a couple. All good, all fine, and then they're about to get all destroyed, right, by these creatures. Okay, then one of them like takes the other one's hand and like does that, and it's like, what?
They're like all behind each other. So it's like, what is that? I understand they were trying to make it funny because it was the same one that Will touched his hand. He was like, "Don't you ever wash that hand," type of thing. And he's using the hand of Will power to. I mean, I understood the comedy, but it was like.
It's just weird. Like, okay, let's say if it were a heterosexual couple, would you ever see like a guy grab his girl's hand and punch the Sentinel drone with it? That's weird. So why would they have it with a homosexual couple? It's like, that's just weird. You know, like, I don't know.
So I guess that's probably some
of the hug life.
Yeah.
Like it got to a point, like all that stuff kind of came in together, and it's like you said, it was like really forced. That was the thing that was just kind of weird.
It kind of was like they could have tied it in a little easier in the movie.
Yeah,
I think. But outside of that, some of the other highlights I like were the pigeons the other pigeons of his that became, I guess, his flock.
Yes.
And they were like coming in at the end when they were fighting people and like blowing stuff up. One of them had the pin inside of him with all different types of weapons. He was like killing everybody.
Right.
And that girl pigeon,
she was always trying to get with.
Yeah, she was always trying to get with Will, which was weird that we found out that Will, the female pigeon. So I was like, that was
a lot of things happening.
Yeah, I was like, what? And then I was like, okay. He had an egg. I was like, oh. All right. I guess I don't know how he turned to he turned to a female, but they said it was because he took the flower and put the feather of that girl bird.
So wait a second. So one of the things that happened was early in the movie. Remember, he talked about having a particular piece of pigeon anatomy. Mm-hmm. Remember that because he was looking at it, and then it's like Tom Holland was like, "Oh yeah, it's called a this, and it does this and that." Remember?
I thought he was saying when he tried to use the bathroom, it's all comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Both birds.
So do both sexes have that, whatever it is?
I think he was just saying that you don't do and pee separately. It all comes in as one, and it's called this. So when you feel like you got to pee, it's going to be all of it
all together. But it comes out of the appendage. Or does it come out? I don't know bird anatomy. I don't know bird anatomy at all. I don't know if birds have a penis. I don't. This is a question. This needs to be.
Well, Google that later. Figure it out. No, they make eggs somehow. They make babies some way. But back to my point. You're all completely off the mountain over here.
Yes, because you're way over time.
Yeah. I know. So all in all, I think it was awesome, pretty good, awesome to pretty good movie. Right. Started awesome, ended pretty good. But what about you?
Yep, I mean you basically taking everything I was going to say. Well, it's because I jumped in and said my stuff here. I agree 100%. It's a hilarious movie. It's very, 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 very funny. It just got those weird things in there like we talked about. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. It's not that I have an issue with sexuality or whatever, but the way that it was presented was very weird. You know what I mean? It's like, this doesn't make sense how they're doing that. You know? So, I don't know. Let's see. What's the numerical rating? He wants to know 9 out of 10, I guess.
9 out of 10.
8.5, I think. That's what I would say. I'd give it an 8.5.
I can say that. 8.5.
If it weren't for how things were presented, I'd probably give it like a 9 or something because it's a really, really funny movie.
It was up there with like Incredibles and things like some of the other type of Pixar movies that I've seen recently.
So you think this movie is going to be memorable though? That you think people will watch this movie like 3 or 4 years from now?
No, probably not. I think that it didn't have enough characters that I don't know. I guess some of these movies, the storyline was good, but it wasn't like it didn't really draw you in to like tie you into the movie. Like some of those other movies, like with Toy Story, you really get connected with the story, the characters, the film. Like this was a funny movie.
When they start to die,
you're like, oh my God, I was like, and even with a lot of the Pixar movies, they do that almost on every movie. Coco.
Hey, don't you mention Coco in here, okay? If you want me to keep a straight face.
So it's like they know how to get you to that point. Like I want to go see that movie again. That really helped me. Even with what's the one with the memories? Not with the memories, but those like the different. How people the brain stuff with the happy, sad, mad. That one was good. That had some touching moments, and I'm like, oh dang, this is a little deep. All right, kids, let's go watch some notes. No. But so it needed that to make it memorable.
It needed to be a Disney movie, basically. Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, but it was still funny. I love both the actors. They did a great job, and I could watch it over a few times. But I don't think it's gonna be like I go 20 years and go back and look at it.
I hear there Terrell over there talking about Coco was great. Didn't I just tell you we don't mention Coco?
He cried on it. He told me he cried. I was like,
oh God, I cried like a baby. I cried.
That was touching.
Pathetically during that movie.
I felt like
I'm not talking about a single tear. I mean, I'm talking about I was watching like. Oh, bad. Anyway, so check out the Spies in Disguise. See what you guys, if you agree with our thoughts on that. You know, anything else needs to be said?
No, I think I said a lot.
Yes, you did. I said very little.
Some of us don't remember that.
Lies. I remember that one scene when so anyway, make sure to give us a like if you like what we did. As usual, you've got to subscribe to survive. This is Color Commentary, where we give you views from a different side. Hug life, baby. Hug.
Saturday morning.